Hey guys, Dan here. Hope everybody is doing fantastic as always. Now, I wanted to make this quick video to explain to you guys what it is that I actually do with Kindle Direct Publishing and why it's superior to other methods, put out there on Kindle Direct Publishing. Now, this video came to be because I was on a Zoom call earlier today, and the person who I was talking with said, they're in this group with you guys, but they were unsure that I even had a program, right? Or that I even taught Kindle Direct Publishing and what I taught. So I'm here to clear that up. Okay, so essentially, guys, what I do, right, and this is really the shortened version of it, is I help people do what I've been doing for the past 9 years, and that is taking old classic books, right? Respectfully revitalizing these books, breathing new life into these books. And these books are in what's called the public domain. And then I'm reintroducing them into the KDP space, as well as other spaces like Audible and a few other places, okay? And we're allowing the modern world, people in the modern age, to really enjoy these classics, because these classics have so much to offer the world still, and we don't want them to disappear forever, right? So that's essentially what we do. We take the old classics, we revitalize them, we breathe new air into these, new breath into these books, and then we republish them into the market for modern people to enjoy. All right. Now, why is this a superior method? There's a lot more to this method as well, guys. Believe me, there's a lot more to it. There's massive barriers to entry if you try to do this. A lot of people can figure it out, but it took me 2 years to really figure out the secret sauce. So just putting that out there. Why is this method superior to methods like ghostwriting? Okay, we'll start with ghostwriting, then we'll move on to low and no content. Now, this is superior to ghostwriting because if you hire a ghostwriter to write your book, right, it's going to cost you a few $100s, maybe up to $600-700 to have your book written, right, depending on the size and all that. And then it might be rubbish quality, and you've got to put your pen name to it, or whatever personal brand it is that you're building when it comes to your books, because when you're authoring or having someone else author your books but using your pen name, i.e. a ghostwriter, you need to actually look at these books as traditionally being launched. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows the type of writing style you have. Nobody knows who your pen name is unless you actually build an audience, right? So here lies in more money. You need to run ads, Facebook ads, to build an email list, right? You need to run Facebook ads again, and other ads from different traffic sources. Traffic sources, doesn't matter where it comes from, Facebook, Instagram, wherever, doesn't matter, to build an audience, guys, at the end of the day. So an email list, a Facebook group, a Facebook page, anywhere you can have an audience, you need to actually spend money on marketing yourself, personally branding your product that you've had ghost written for you to be able to really sell it. You need to send out emails consistently. You can use active campaign and automation and things like that, but you need to write those emails and you need to have new content put into them consistently to draw in customers to purchase your book. And then you're an unknown, right? You're an unknown. So this is where public domain is superior, because these books have a huge audience. They have a cult following. There's people already know what these books are. Here's an example. Peter Pan, you heard of it? Public domain, right? Everyone knows Peter Pan. If you publish a Peter Pan book, you don't essentially need to market that book. As long as you have it visible using organic strategies, so you actually have eyeballs on that book, it's going to sell. You don't need to sell it. And as long as you have other aspects of the book, other variables squared away, like your cover and your keywords and your descriptions and your title structure, and all those other variables squared away, that book's going to sell regardless if you market it or not. As long as you're able to get organic eyeballs onto that book, it's going to sell. So you don't need to have email lists like you do with ghostwriting. You don't need to have to be building audiences and sending out emails all the time and running ads and all of these expensive things. So that in itself is why it's superior to having somebody ghostwrite you a book. Now, low or no content. Why is public domain superior to low or no content? Now, the biggest reason is competition. We all know in the low or no content space that the competition is absolutely phenomenally massive, right? If you're a new person into the low or no content space, you're going to find that these things happen. One, you cannot find that special magic little niche because, man, like they're out there, right? Of course, they're out there, things people haven't thought of, but it's so increasingly rare because you're going up against the world, right? Low and no content has such a tiny barrier to entry. All you need to do is know how to do, a couple interiors and work with a couple tools and things and make covers, right? Essentially to be able to get into the low and no content space. So because there's such a small barrier to entry and promise of passive income, everybody in the world is in low and no content. So your competition is huge. There is a tiny barrier to entry and everybody's in it. Now, let's say that you do actually find one of those magic little niches. A little leprechaun come across and threw one at you, okay? Because everybody in the world is in low and no content, there's also people that really have no morals in the way that they're there to make money, okay? So what happens is you find this magic little niche and for a little while you're winning, you're making money and you're like, it's working, right? And you're publishing more low and no content books into this niche and you're like, yes, finally it's working. And then one of these people, right, that are vulturing through the Amazon network looking for something to piggyback, someone else's success to piggyback off, enter your niche. And then their friends enter your niche and everyone enters your niche. And you find that your magic little niche that was so lucrative disappeared overnight and you're back to square one. You've gone back in a full circle. This is not evergreen. Low and no content is not evergreen. Why is public domain superior to this? Well, first off, the competition is tiny, right? And I know people are going to say, but you're publishing the same books as other people, but you have other variables. You do it better. Look at it this way, right? Okay, if I'm publishing Peter Pan, someone else is publishing Peter Pan, right? It's the same thing as, are you going to buy a Sony speaker or are you going to buy a Samsung speaker? They both make sound, right? They both do the same thing. Why would you buy one over the other? Because one product is better. It pops to you more and it has more visibility. And that's what we do with our books. That's what we do in the KDP Permanent Cash Flow program. So guys, there's tiny competition. There's a huge barrier to entry when it comes to public domain books. It's not easy to get into. You need to make sure you're within policy at all times. You need to make sure you're within law at all times. You need to make sure that you know how to format and edit a 800-page book extremely fast. There's a huge barrier to entry when it comes to public domain, and that's why the competition is so low. And back to the speaker analogy, guys, doesn't matter if someone's selling the same book as what you are, you just do it better and you get more visibility on that book and you win the sale every single time. And that's what we teach inside of our program, guys. So there you have it. That's what we do. Public domain books, and why they are more, that this method is superior to low and no content or ghost written books. Anyway, guys, I hope that helps. If you want to learn more about this, just comment into the comments. I want to know more. All right, guys, and I'll reach out to you. Have a good day.